Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina. I am Senior Market Strategist. Joining me live is our Senior Economist, Tracy Shuchart, aka Shy. How are you, Shy Girl?
I'm doing all right. We had a crazy morning a little bit with some announcements, but things have calmed down a little bit.
So, any like crazy announcements? What do you mean? Give us some headlines.
So, so we did have Trump speaking, and he kept mentioning tariffs on Russia. But we later, and I think I said in the chat, I think he means sanctions. And so we did have clarification from Letnick that it was indeed sanctions. And then we had further clarification that what it meant, and this literally just came across the wires, that they would be secondary sanctions of 100% on purchasers of Russian oil. That said, we didn't get a huge reaction from the market because there's still that 50-day leeway period until that would happen. So Trump did say, I'll give them 50 days. If not, we'll have secondary sanctions, he meant, of 100% on for buyers of Russian crude oil.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Is the sanctions kind of is the idea? Hey, let's get Russia to end this conflict in Ukraine.
And yes, I mean, that's basically what he's been trying to get at. He said he's talked to Putin four times. He hasn't been able to end the war, so this is his alternative, as well as the U.S. will be selling weapons to NATO, who will then turn around and give them to Ukraine.
I got it. Well, that leads us right to crude oil right now, and crude oil is selling off big time today, creating an equal and opposite. What's going on in crude?
Yeah, I mean, we were up this morning earlier. There was a lot of anticipation from President Trump about this announcement for Russian sanctions. Everybody thought it was going to be a huge package. Then when we found out that really there was this 50-day leeway period, obviously that caused the market to sell off a little bit more. Overall, this market still remains tight. You know, we've had a significant drop in crude oil held in tankers worldwide. Crude inventories and production are also running below seasonal averages, particularly in the United States. And so there is still this fundamental picture behind it. We did have OPEC also come out and say that they would hold off on in October for putting any more crude oil out on the market, but I kind of did the barrel counting. If they do another outsized move in September, that would probably close the window on those 2.2 million barrels anyway, so I wouldn't expect more in October, but we'll see how that pans out. We won't know anything until the August 3rd meeting. And, I think the markets have kind of digested this news on that 30% tariffs, which also gave a little bit of boost to the oil markets on the EU and Mexico, because now it seems that really negotiations are still open for those two, or for the EU bloc and Mexico to make negotiations. So a lot of the tension, geopolitical tension, is kind of driven out of this market from the highs this morning.
Wow. Well, on the daily chart, I mean, we have this kind of longer term area of resistance right now, where my rectangle is on the right up there, around 68.50, give or take. Today, this morning, we drove way up, and sellers brought us all the way back down, creating almost an equal and opposite candle from the previous session. A xylophone pattern is starting to emerge right now. Cooler heads prevailing intraday. We had that bid up. We had that London initial balance up all the way up to R1, and couldn't penetrate any further above R1 and couldn't get to a 70 handle. We sold off. We lost VWAP in the rearview mirror at the U.S. initial balance, and we achieved a couple of milestones too. We hit that Jacks 3 and blind spot 3 and pivot. That's a big number for us today. That's right at $68. And then we kept on going past S1 and then some. Not sure if we're done yet, but that's the story on crude today. Let's kind of roll over to gold if we can really quick. What's happening with the gold market?
Yeah, so gold started up higher. That has also sold off. All the fundamental factors are still behind this market. I mean, there's still renewed geopolitical tensions and uncertainty, and this market's kind of just moving sideways. I think that, again, for gold, now that we have a little more clarity from European officials and from Mexico about this 30%, it's kind of de-escalated a little bit, has caused this market to pull back a little bit. And we have key economic data tomorrow in the CPI and core CPI. And so I think, we've seen a lot of these markets kind of retrace their moves, waiting big data news on inflation.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. And one thing I like about this is, though, we have a low here back on the 9th, and we have a 1, 2, 3 higher lows, and we have 1, 2, 3 higher highs. Yeah, we have a little bit of a red candle here, a little bit of a pullback today, but we're still relatively strong on gold, even with that redness right there. And we have that 8 EMA getting really close to that 21 EMA. So we'll see if we pause here, close here, maybe a little higher. We might be okay. That 50% retracement is right there as well. Intraday, similar story, right? We had that London initial balance bump up and then a bump down, sideways action, lost VWAP in the rearview mirror again, and then during the initial balance, couldn't gain any traction to the upside. So again, another JAX 3 level we broke. That's 33.55 right there, and now we're kind of hitting the bottom at that 0 DTE high vol level. Bounced off that a little bit, but probably going to stick around here a little bit more on gold for the rest of the day. Silver is the other one I wanted to ask you about. Let's talk about silver.
Yeah, the same one. Again, we've talked about this market. We have physical supply constraints in this market. It is a very tight market. It's in a deficit. We're going to remain in a deficit. Trade tensions have also kept this market up, in addition to the fact that silver is, with gold prices so high, we're starting to see a higher bid in alternatives like silver and platinum, and we have industrial demand up right now. I really think this move is it's a little bit of, technically overbought. I think there was some profit taking on that squeeze to, just over 39. And again, this market is also waiting data on CPI.
Yeah, these moving averages are hot, man. They're sloping up nicely here. We have a little bit of a pullback today, decent seller's wick at the top of today's candle, but we're nowhere near the midpoint of the previous session's candle. This is a really nice breakout to the upside. Stochastics are pretty strong right here. I don't have a lot of targets because, there's a lot of blue sky up above, but who are we kidding? $40 is the next target up. Let's look at that intraday and see what it looks like. Intraday, we kind of maxed out at that call 0 DTE, gamma wall, call resistance. We hit that peak of 39.57 was the high print for the session. And ever since then, it's been downhill. The volume profile, almost a triple distribution, if you want to think of it that way. But really, we ended up with the point of control down here around 38.71. We're pretty close to that right now. Don't expect us to get down to JAX 2 unless we get some crazy news today. That would be at 38.50. And we have to talk about the Bitcoin today because it is on the move.
Right, it made new all-time highs, pulling back a little bit, but I think there is a lot going into this. We've talked about there's a great deal of institutional buying right now. There is a lot of expansion in the institutional realm, a lot of physical buying from these companies that are investing in Bitcoin as well, as for assets to hold that might not even just necessarily be in the crypto space. It's also Crypto Week here in the United States. So we're going to have a series of hearings and debate on major crypto-related bills. This includes the Genius Act, the Digital Asset Marketing Clarity Act, and a bill to prevent the Federal Reserve from launching a central bank digital currency. Let's hope that passes. We did have a statement out just before we came on from the FDIC, Federal Reserve, and the OCC on risk management considerations. This is the first announcement of many that are supposed to come this week for crypto asset safekeeping. This reminds banks they're to provide or considering reminds banks that provide or are considering providing safekeeping of crypto assets for customers that they have to do it in a safe and sound manner. They discuss existing risk management principles, but it didn't really establish any new supervisory expectations or requirement. It was kind of broad-based, but it was the first of many that are going to come through this week.
Well, very
That's kind
good.
of why we didn't really get. Yeah, sorry. It was kind of why we didn't get a huge reaction when the statement came out, because it really didn't. It didn't really say anything that would get crypto excited.
Yeah, and this is I'm looking at the micro Bitcoin contract. Remember, this is priced in US dollar. It might look a little different, maybe not quite so strong if you're looking at Bitcoin priced in something like the Swiss franc, but it is, we just keep making new highs, and this is almost parabolic, right? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 session breakout to the upside, and yeah, we have a big seller's wick here, but we're still substantively above previous sessions close. And again, the moving averages are reflecting that. The anchored VWAP's reflecting that, as is the stochastics. So again, it's looking pretty strong here for the Bitcoin futures. And Tracy, that is today's hot commodity report. Welcome back.
I know. I'm excited to be back. I'll be in the chat, and you take it away with the OrderFlow Labs.
All right, all right. We do have OrderFlow Labs in the house. Oh, look at this matching hats. OrderFlow Labs hats are in the house. We have Leo and XYZ. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, Jim, just a quick correction. This is not XYZ. This is actually TME1 Nick, because the OG Nick, somebody cut off his internet.
Yeah, they call me Dollar Tree Nick.
Well, there was a white van that Nick was worried about, driving around his neighborhood, and maybe they had something to do with it.
The same one that's always around mine.
Oh man, oh man. Anyway, I'll get one of my cousins out there to deal with that guy. We'll get that
Ooh.
fixed. Anyway,
Wait, you know these people?
Jim's got
no, I don't
fixers. You
know
didn't
him,
know?
but I have cousins that would be happy to know him for us. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
Jim's
got that
got
kind of
fixers.
connection.
Oh my God. Looks like we got a trade in the books already. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been sitting in this for what feels like forever.
Does look like it's like a little bit wavy between your first target and your entry.
I took two off earlier. I got them as it poked down like barely right here. So lucky fills, maybe like a tick or two they poked through, but the rest I'm pretty close to just leaving it break even, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I got two off for close to 20 points, it looks like. Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, I'm going to be rooting for this to break, unless, of course, Leo has the opposite position, and then I'm going to be neutral.
I think we're gonna be team short this afternoon. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, ES is still up there, so I don't appreciate it much.
Very, very awesome. All right, you guys. Well, listen, good luck, good trading, and I will be in the chat, taking notes.
See you, Jim.
XYZ, we should rename you Tick for a Nick. That's what Nick said. Do you know, people are mad at the fact that we're wearing the same hat. As in,
Why are they mad?
yeah, they say that you guys look cute together. Like,
I agree.
it's a great hat. Or you're just jealous.
we?
Just jealous you don't have one. Sounds like.
I think that's a compliment. I feel cute.
Do you?
I do.
Do you feel cute now that you're back from Vegas?
No, I'm like a zombie. Where can I get one of those hats? Proprietary.
Hmm.
Maybe the tiger will hook you up. Hey, we got sounds again.
There we go.
How was Vegas? Exhausting.
But you're back.
Not enough sleep. Not enough sleep over there.
So is this the dead body setup? Is this what we're looking at? Potential? It's got potential.
It's got potential, but they need to actually leave it first.
Right.
They barely did earlier, so yeah. They got to get out of there. I got
I
a reoffer right here, like a lower high reoffer. So I've been sitting in this thing for literally an hour.
So
I'm just
what I
glad they kind of like inched it lower so I can get some money out of it at least.
right.
But you know,
Yeah, I was sitting here in the same trade. I'm actually short 47. I kind of had to scratch a few off of it because we're just sitting here in this consolidation, just like sitting in this range, and I'm watching the tape, and there's nothing, like there's no selling. I mean, you can even
mhm.
see it in the Delta map, um, where it's just like there's all this buying right here in these 40s. So I just trimmed the position.
Yeah, they need to
I'm
get
gonna
work
change
done, but
this.
ultimately ES just went higher, and then they're building higher, which is not very cool right now.
There we go. For the
201 likes and they give away hats? I don't think so. 201 likes
201. Last time we
keeps
did
Jim's fixers
200.
away.
Last time we did 200. 201 isn't really that much more than 200. It's only one.
Fat fish biased long. Yeah, I mean honestly, the sellers they're not getting much done. So
Right. Yep. I think I was looking for, this broke out, right? So like we just mooned here. And what I was seeing is all this absorption at this node. We're really not progressing forward. There's a lot of buying, but it's not really going anywhere. And with this node right here, if we fall through this low volume node, kind of, you would expect it to come back into these tens,
yep. Yeah, I got a
back into prior days range.
still in the short. I'm only still in the short because my entry is just like really protected for a really tight risk. But otherwise, yeah, the long side, it looks like they're just still getting what they want for now. Until
Right.
we can actually trade into the low 30s and under. That it means we finally leave the node. But until then, we're still in it. We're building higher, and
Yeah. Well, the market also has to move, and it has not been able to do that very much
that's
the last
asking for
couple of
too
weeks.
much.
Yep.
That's asking for way too much. Still, yeah, they had me in the first half. Not gonna lie.
That was a stupid sandwich to make, but I really needed to eat something.
That that is a great one. You guys got to save that. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out of this here in about 2 seconds.
I got a 4 point stop on the rest of my position here. So if I die, I die.
If they break this, if they make a new high, I may
ES is
consider
holding
another
a
sell.
higher consolidation now, which sucks for us. But
Uh, that's a bummer.
yeah, that's why longs still look like they're trying to figure that out. The market, I'm not sure if they found enough sellers yet, so they're still poked out of prior day high in ES, and they're still trading up there.
Yeah,
I'm
and we
hoping
are
it
at the
fails at some
edge.
point, but looks like they're still gunning for it.
Yep. Well,
I just went
damn.
long. You guys can make money.
All right. So do you have any fun Vegas stories? What did you eat? That's usually the best. Like,
What did we eat? Um, well, Venetian has this new food court now that's really, really good. They've got Scar's Pizza for anyone that's in New York. Scar's Pizza's there for anyone in LA. Howlin' Ray's is there. They've got like sandwich spots straight from Italy that were really good. So we had those. We went to what was it called? Smith and Walensky. It's a steakhouse in the Palazzo or Venetian, one of those. I forget. We went there. That was good. Um, and then just ate a lot of chips at the casino.
right
That's what we're doing. We're getting chips.
there you go.
My friend,
Did you play any
a buddy of
blackjack?
mine, he dropped like $400 in chips and just lost it. Yeah.
What?
Along the way somewhere, like he just dropped it and then
How you just lose it? It's just gone?
I think he was like 11 drinks in.
He just had like
And he went
four
out to
black
get to,
tips
to
or
go to the
something?
restroom. And the next day he's like, I'm missing some chips. So we actually had management look at the cameras for us. Said at some point he did drop them. He picked them up, but the ones that he dropped were not all his chips either. So they are somewhere. They might have been still in the restroom. He didn't get them all. And then somebody came up. Somebody went to take a bathroom break and got back what they lost, maybe.
Hmm. The tape's starting to move here on the south side.
Nick, you want a match?
Daddy's home.
Oh, that's a good one.
Everybody should wear a black shirt and an OFL hat every
We have
stream for the
uniform now.
next month.
Leo's imposing uniform rules. Bass Pro hat.
Yeah.
Versace.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send everybody out Bass Pro hats and Versace robes.
It's the best of both worlds.
I need a robe, man. Like, how often do you trade in the robe? I want to know.
Literally, if it's not hot, like in Cali, if it's anything under than like, yeah, if it's not summertime, like hot, I'm in a robe. So for like 9 months of the year, I am. And even some days in the summer, if it's not like super hot and the AC is still blasting, it's kind of cold in here. And I always run kind of cold. So if it's not hot, I'm 100% in a robe. It's
That's
just
crazy.
comfy.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing like sweaters in the house or like, I'm always in basketball shorts and a t-shirt. Sometimes
Right.
sweats if it's like
Yep.
in the winter, but yeah, the robe just simplifies everything. Just throw it on. Literally have like 6 of them. Nick, are we cooked on this short?
I think we're cooked. I mean, they were trying to sell it a minute ago, but
Yeah,
then they
I
stopped.
thought we were gonna get something.
Yep.
Need ES back under prior day high. That's all we need. It's just a few ticks.
Nick, you definitely said that once. I just don't remember when. They've had that soundbite for a
Oh,
while.
you think they're faking it?
Waiting for POC to move up. That's not good, man. Norseman.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
take that
not
back?
good. That's interest.
Please retract that statement. Hmm. You know what I'm ready for? In about 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, the summertime,
The lull is over.
the lull,
Wait,
the worst part
when
of
is it
summertime
usually
is
over?
over. Like right around the end of August or the start of September.
End of August.
We're getting there.
Might be liquidated by then.
I mean,
Oh, you know what's funny? So, well, what's not funny is me about to get stopped out, but
Yep.
in the game of Baccarat,
there goes mine.
there's an outcome called the tiger. So there's a small tiger and a big tiger. The big tiger is a 3-card win with a 6. Small tiger is 2. And it pays 50 to 1. And I managed to hit 2 of those for $25 a piece. Yeah.
That sounds like you should have sent me some Venmo for
I
some
should
of that.
have.
Yeah,
Proprietary side bet.
right. That's vibes for me.
It's the tiger bet. Yeah. The pit goes crazy when someone gets that big tiger. Everyone loves a nice Leo.
Hmm.
Except the market. Okay. Well, we're out of this short.
Yeah. I'm not feeling the love. I didn't get any Venmo or any.
Just
You
found
tell
out
me
about it
the
right
story. Yeah, I just found out about it. Well, what do we do now, Nick? What do you do when you all right, I can just
What
call
do
you
we
Nick.
do? Complain.
complain,
or
cry,
yeah, just the usual, the usual.
everything except for go to therapy.
Chris, you missed the Venmo. Yeah, you missed it, man. Everybody got Venmoed. It just ended.
Everyone got Venmoed except for me.
Except for Leo. Yeah.
Nick said that when Leo showed up in the chat. That's funny.
Oh yeah, after Leo's like month hiatus.
Daddy's home. Someone poked the market with a stick. I just want to move so that we can short it again.
Let's see. Yes. Still up here. Yeah, I think yes, we'll have to go back into Friday range. Maybe they poked me out just to test a little further, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for ES to go back to Friday range.
Need to get an ES chart on this.
DZ says your stop is my TP. Well, if you
Cool.
play my stops properly, you should extend your TP 5 times my stop at the very least. Oh no, that's my take profit. Sorry. Man would short a trending market instead of going to therapy. 50 period ATR.
That hurt. That really hurt.
Yeah, I've got a 10 ATR at 3.8 MA, so we'll see if the market comes back alive.
You have a what?
Like a ATR, like minute by minute. A 10 period is so every bar right now, a 1 minute bar is averaging less than 4 ATR, 4 points.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what we're dealing with.
This is the first time I'm hearing this from you. I think I actually heard you mention it to Stowe, but I didn't really understand the context. So is this like something that you use like pretty
Yeah,
actively?
just to get like a temperature check on things.
Gotcha.
I find that ATR is a good like
Like a 1 minute 10 period.
yeah, just because I do yeah, just what to expect because sometimes like I hate round tripping so much. Um, now I make note of it like a 1 minute like ATR just to not round trip so much. Like I'll scalp out. So in the morning, what I did was I just kept scalping longs up here.
Yeah.
And the ATR at the time was around like 9 or 10.
Mhm.
So I just kept getting 10, 10. Anything extra was like 12 to 15. So that's nice. But as soon as they broke this new high, I just was like, I'm done. I'm not touching this anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want this. Lucky enough to have made money doing this, kind of like just the same old thing. Just buy anything under for what 3,000 and until it stops working, right? It never stopped working, and instead they actually started grinding it higher. So I didn't actually participate in any of this move up here. I was already out. But the better thing to do was to wait for something like this for sure. But too
I'm
little too
feeling this
late.
short again. I'm gonna jump back in here at 52.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little
Even
bit.
the chat was feeling it too. So we're in this one together, chat. Fat fish.
Let's see. Yeah, ES is still hovering that prior day high. I'd like to see it just show me some volume under there. There's a lot of selling up here. It's just they getting eaten up. So my gauge right now is ES.
Yes, yeah.
We had 2 singles earlier, but they got filled. Huh? One got filled.
I don't have any EOS up anywhere right now.
No, NQ. I think at some point we have 2 singles?
Mm-hmm.
We got one right now, right? A little thin one.
I don't think so. Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. You're right. We just need someone to step on it. Nick, slam the bid.
We need Nick to put a stop at the IB high.
I'm a good boy.
All right. You heard it from Nick himself. Wrong way. Wrong way. What are you doing?
Yes, it's still trying to decide prior day.
Yeah, in the higher time frame, if you look at the this volume profile, there's a pretty large shelf right at a 58.60 area.
Yep. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to be bearish right there.
$23.070. What line? What line are you talking about?
Me?
No, Fractal says wants to tap that line before turn. He's looking at a line somewhere.
Oh,
I mean, we're just looking at this LVN here on the high time frame, right?
right.
Let's see. Yeah, bid's still there, just buying it. What's up, Nautilus? The ATR has skyrocketed right now to an even 4 points.
Woo.
Volatility is back. May also just blow through it. In which case I'm cooked. Yeah, we'll all be cooked. Well, they need to just do it now. They're wasting time. Let's see where ES is. Well, they just put in 500 lots up there up in ES. They should just give it up. Prior day high. Do I ever look at ATR on a daily? No, I don't. For that, I just have an average. I have an average of for like daily averages, RTH ranges. So I just look at that. What's the current day's range and against the average? I think I use like a 10-day or a 5-day maybe. This feels like a top.
This feels like a what? Oh. Oh, that's why we're getting so much upside, huh?
Warning was sent.
Because Stowe tried to call a top by not calling a top or something.
Well, that's how those guys with Substacks do it. They call it top, but it's like you're not really calling the top.
Well, he was just saying, oh, I've seen this before. So then he's like trying to inverse himself. And so he's trying to say that it's a top because he's trying to inverse what he would normally. I don't even know.
Have you ever
Very
tried?
nice.
Have you?
I'm out of here.
Have you ever tried earlier in your trading days to just self-inverse? You know, like when you start, you're just so bad at trading. You're just like, you know what? Let's just do the opposite of what I would do. Have you ever tried doing that? It's reverse.
Inversing yourself?
Yeah, just literally inversing yourself. I tried that when I started trading because I was just so bad. I was like, you know what? I
Just do the opposite of
suck.
what you think you
So I'm
should
gonna do
do.
the opposite. And it didn't work either.
That's alpha right there. The alpha is if you try to inverse yourself and you still can't make money, there's a problem
Just not
between
gonna
the
make it.
years.
Used to think about that all the time. Yeah, I actually tried it for like a whole session and didn't work. It worked for trend days. Trend days up. Yeah, so that's just it's stuck with me ever since, but not for an overall process. So don't try it, folks. Hey, I think we're ES finally made an exhaustive look, maybe.
I mean, I'll jump back in this thing if this, I don't know. Maybe I should.
It's all about ES right now for me, man.
I don't
But I
have an
think they
ES
finally
chart
came
though.
up, they poked one tick and didn't find much.
Let's get back in
Hopefully that's
this.
the answer we're looking for.
Got a couple of points better of entry. We'll see.
Get a bunch of wicks up on ES too, but
Yeah, I actually cannot imagine how ES traders feel right now.
they they don't feel anything.
Yes, they don't feel.
They would listen to an NQ trader say that there's a four ATR and they'd be like, wow, that's nice.
4 points. Whew.
Wow, that's they're
Oh,
moving over there. They're getting busy over there in NQ land. No, this is it. Yeah, this is it. We're going to close to zero. I'm gonna front run it. I'm gonna TP out one. I feel nothing. 34 ADR. 34 ADR. NQ
average daily range.
NQ's ADR is it's not that big either. 177. I have it.
You make an appointment to take NQ trade or ES trades now?
To make ES trades.
That's well, we're gonna schedule that for 9:30 Eastern. Nothing but selling on the tape. Delta flipped over here. Doesn't look bad.
That's what I
Doesn't
thought
look
earlier.
bad. Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, I'm just glad I got paid on that trade at least before it came back. But round tripping, that sucks. Let's see if I can get lucky. Can we chat? Can I get a like check?
It did if there's only 36 likes. Oh my,
I don't want Jim to
72.
send his fixers over again.
Jim and chat, 72 likes.
72? Okay. Yeah,
We
we don't
got
get
work
to
to do.
200.
We
We're
got
in
work to
trouble.
do. Yeah. Hideous.
If anyone's
You
looking at
guys are
an NQ
hideous.
15-minute
There's your
chart,
NQ point of control move right there.
the NQ 15-minute chart has no bodies for the last like 8 candles. This is pure wicks.
I like what we're doing.
We're finally going. Yeah, I'd like to see VWAP. That'd be nice. Prior day high.
I'll be happy to get 40s, honestly. At least for one.
No, I want the 30s. The 30s would indicate some real potential for us, yeah. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna call Nick while he's with the van guys. Maybe ask for a favor, get this thing moving. We need a Stowe soundbite where he says a new low would be encouraging.
Has he ever
Actually,
said
well,
that though?
he never trades
Has he
shorts,
ever
right?
said
So,
that?
well, he never goes short, so It's not possible. It's only possible if he actually takes shorts.
So next time you're on stream, just say that so they get it in a soundbite so that we can use it later.
No follow through allowed. Oh, yeah, it seems like it. I mean, the tape has turned, so they finally cracked
It
it.
definitely
Yes,
has, yeah.
back in the day's range. Things are looking okay. Things are looking all right. You back in the shorts with me?
Yeah, I jumped back in 54.
Oh yeah.
So
Damn, so they took out my stop and went like 6 ticks higher. Not even 6 ticks.
yeah.
5 ticks, 4 or 5 ticks. So they stopped me out and ran for another point. It'd be
Mhm.
like that. Are you a Vegas local? No. Well, I guess if you live in LA, you're a Vegas local, so
This thing has potential for sure. I'm just not gonna, be helpful.
what's your first target?
Right around here in the 40s. I mean, if we I'm waiting for a
Need
little momentum
36.
first because I want to see like if we do get momentum, just try to hold it for a little more.
Well, you're talking about 40s like the open?
No, right here.
Oh, right here. I was like, your target is already hit, sir. We traded 39s. Yeah, I need 36 at the very least. I need a new swing, just a little poke like earlier. Or else you guys will see a grown man cry on stream live.
Has
Only here on
anybody
NT
ever
Live.
cried on NinjaTrader Live before? We could
He
make a
gonna cry in the
new
car.
we could make a new segment. Could be crying with XY in the charts.
Oh man.
All right.
Went down to the 30s and they decided to just hit 150 lots on against the ask, huh?
I just covered one.
I won't settle for anything less than 36.
Good for you, man.
Well, not
My
yet.
first trade didn't work. So I mean, I scratched it for like 2 points. I'd at least get some money off the table here.
There's
Crying in the casino, bro. XY. How many times did you cry at the casino?
never cry in the casino, only on the charts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, crying is for the charts, not for the casino.
So what did you play when you were there?
Um, I actually only played Baccarat and
Oh, that's it.
craps. Craps, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, my crap strategy is kind of funny. I saw some dude. His name is Bluff. He's super viral now. What he does is he'll throw like just say, um, if for anyone who follows me on Twitter, you saw the hand pay. What I did was I literally threw $900 in that machine. I put $90
In the
across
machine,
every
you don't
single
even
number.
play. Hold on.
Well,
You don't even play at the table?
no, I always play at the table. That one was the machine because it was so late and I'm so tired. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this and go to bed. And so on the tables, yes, it's you always want to play table games. It's way more fun too. Like if you're not having fun, what are you even doing there? But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just throw 90 in the machine. Or 900. I spread 90 all across. And then every time I hit a number, every time I get paid, if it's not a seven, I'm getting paid because I'm in every number, right? It's crapless. I would I would just slam all the profits. So my last roll, I had 2,400 in the machine, all on the number. I either hit a number, it's a zero, or I zero out, right? Then I hit the two, so I got the hand pay for 2K. So that 900 cashed out 40 something because I hit four numbers and I just like, all right, that's it. We're out of here.
That's pretty sick.
Well, it's sick when it works. Otherwise, you just want to cry. But yeah, that was
Yeah, Dan, I'm with you. I'm losing respect for XY right now as he tells me, even though he's had a sweet run at the electronic table, I don't have respect for him now.
Yeah, no, table games are the best. I mean, ever since I was 18, right? I played mostly blackjack, like 90% of my gambling career, my lifetime. It's all blackjack, but ever since I discovered baccarat, I play a lot less blackjack. It's just easier to
Okay, well, I think
manage.
so. Everyone that I in this chat probably knows blackjack, right? Like that's an easy game. I don't know anything about baccarat. Can you explain it to
Yeah.
me?
Baccarat
Give
is
me
is
like
a lot
explain it
more
like I'm
simple
five.
too. It's basically you open up cards. It's like close to 50-50 as it gets because you can bet banker or player, which is like just two sides. Whoever gets a higher number. So it goes 1 to 9. So if you get two tens, it's a 0. If you get a 10 and a 5, it's a 5. Like a 15's a 5. So you get 1 through 10.
And the
Um
10's a 0.
yeah,
So it's
10's a
really 1
0.
through 9.
And then if you have a 9 and you get a 3, now you have a 2, right? Because it's a 12. So 9 and 3 is 12, but you can't get 11. It just relays. So if you're at 9, it goes 10 and then 1, or
What's
it
an
goes
ace?
0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the highest hand wins. So if you get 10 total, if you get anything higher than a 9, it starts over the no it starts the sequence all over.
If you get higher than a 9, it
Yeah, so if you
starts
get
the
like a
sequence
5 and a
over?
6, it's 11, which means it's a 1. So what you'd want is like a 5 and a 4, which is a 9, instead of going to
Okay, so you
0 and
want to
then
be
1.
under 10.
Yeah, the highest under 10 as a total.
Okay.
And then that's literally the game. But what makes it fun is it's more interactive,
You can
It's
play either side.
you can play either side, yeah. So it's
So
as
you
it's
can
as
deal or
50-50 as it gets in there. So now all you have to focus on is your risk, is bankroll management. That's it.
okay.
Can't really predict stuff, right? That's why I'm just like, oh, what's your background strategy? I don't know. It's vibes. It's all vibes. The same thing I do on the Dom. It's all vibes, you know. What order flow tools can you use for baccarat? There's a table that gives you the outcomes. Um, it's just that
I mean that's pure vibes.
it's
Like okay, there's more to
100%
trading on the
pure
Dom than just
vibes.
vibes.
And that's what makes it so fun because you can kind of mess with the cards, right? So you'll you'll open it up slowly. If you see like your card has three sides on it, it's like a 6, 7, or 8. And so now like, all right, I want a card with no sides on the next one because it can be a 1 or a 2, which means you could have a natural hand right out the gate. So if you open your cards and it's an 8 or a 9 right away, they call that a natural hand, which means you're done. You have like a 95% chance of winning already
Okay.
because you don't have to pull any other cards. And if they
Oh,
don't
so
make
you can actually pull. Okay, wait. So you're not just dealt cards and you win or lose. You can actually
Yeah. If you're
discard and
under
get
a
new
certain
ones.
amount, you're going to be pulling more cards.
How do you pull more cards? You just
They'll
say
deal it to you. They
pull
just
more.
deal you another card.
Oh, you ask, just deal me another card.
No, you have to take the card. It's the rule.
Okay.
So the reason a banker has like a very, very, very minuscule edge as a bet is because the rules for pulling cards slightly favors the banker side. Because the player pulls first. Player side pulls first. And if both sides are in a position where they're going to pull and the player pulls first and they still make lower than the banker will outright win. And so because of that, if you play banker, you actually pay a 5% commission on your wins. So the house gets that edge back in their favor.
Oh,
Yeah. So but the at the Venetian, they have
so it's kind of like go fish.
My name's Jeff.
actually
Actually,
literally. Yeah. It's go fish, but for money.
for money.
I had there was one bet. So I hate it because if you win on a 6 with a banker, you get your payout cut in half. That's how they do it there. So
Uh,
I have to hedge it by betting the tiger bets. I don't like bonus bets because they're sucker bets, right?
so
So I
then
have to,
okay, remind me, the tiger bet is what? Oh, it's a side bet. Is a
it's
side
a
bet?
side bet. Yeah, it's a
You have to
6.
win the hand with a 6?
If you win with a 6, you get half of your bet in profit. But so if you bet the tiger, small tiger, which is a 2 card 6 win, you get like 22 to 1. The big one is a 3 card 6 win is a 50 to 1. But you need to have
Okay.
outcomes where you're required to pull the third, right? So because my bets, get cut in half, I have to still bet the tiger to kind of hedge that, right? Because there have been so many instances where at the end of a session, I've got cut in like 1,000 in profits because of tigers. So now I just hedge it. Managed to hit a few, luckily. Um, but yeah, there was a bet where I had is a 1,200 bet banker. So I had to hedge, right? So I put a quarter on the big tiger. I put a quarter on the tigers. But luckily we pulled the big tiger on that one. So although my 1,200, I only got paid six, I got paid 12, what is that? Like 1,250? I got paid an extra 1,250 because the big tiger came out. That was crazy. That was a crazy moment. The whole table was like, we need a five because we had a one. But the player made zero, so we're kind of like guaranteed a push or a win. Anything other than a zero, you'll win. So now the whole table is like just pull a five, which is two sides. So I'm peeling the card and I see two sides, and I'm just like, I need a dot in the middle. That's all I need. As soon as I saw the dot, man, I should have just Venmoed Leo then and there. But
Yeah, I
now it's
didn't
too
even
late.
get a text or a thank you or nothing.
Now it's too late. Yeah, but and it's literally, yeah, just a 50-50 game. You just manage your bankroll. That's what makes it easier. With blackjack, it's hard to do it because it's fast. Um, yeah. And the odds are really bad unless you can get
Well,
three,
with
two.
blackjack, I think it sounds to me like there's a lot less variance in that game.
There's a lot less variance if you're counting cards or even keeping a soft count. But the issue is
No, no,
that's
no,
if
no,
you're,
not with blackjack. I would say the baccarat game
oh, and
has
baccarat.
less
Yeah,
variance.
less variance. Yeah, in blackjack, if you want less variance in an equity curve, you have to be counting cards. And if the eye in the sky sees that you're counting, which is through your bets, your bet sizing, they're just gonna kick you out. So
Right.
yeah, but with baccarat, it's less variance, so that easier to manage your bankroll and stuff. And yeah,
I mean, the variance in blackjack can hit you hard too, because I mean,
yeah.
if you get
If
those hands where you have to split like 5 times, like
yeah,
by the book, you all of a sudden, you're in 5 bets in one hand.
hmm yeah. And
And,
if the count isn't that good, like if a bunch of tens have already come out, likely cooked.
right.
But yeah, and it's if unless you're playing high limit, you're not playing with good blackjack rules. You're actually playing with way negative EV. The 6 to 5 blackjack payouts. Some places don't double on split. You can't surrender your hand. Yeah, those things matter. They'll push a few points towards casino. Yeah, so there's tolerances, right? If you're counting, they're looking at your bet sizing, Kenneth. If you're counting and they're gonna see a continuous running count, you're not gonna last more than like half an hour at most places. In Vegas, it might even be quicker. So I do know some, and it's really difficult. I keep saying, dude, if you want to learn how to count cards to make money, just learn how to trade. It's easier and you don't get kicked out of your computer chair. If you want edge, learn how to trade. You don't have to put on disguises and try to get like 1 hour of gameplay at a casino. Just you're on the chart. You can find your edge on the chart. You can do it from home, you know. They really don't want to give me this 36, Leo.
Yeah, I'm feeling you. I mean, I'm in this one lot hero, and we're just we're they're gonna make us either wait till the close or stop us out before then. I don't know if I have any
Oh,
other.
did you take any off yet?
Yeah, I did. I took
You
one.
did?
Yeah.
I'm still in full five here. I'm gonna if they don't ramp it through here, I'm gonna start covering maybe one or two.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. The MOC algo. Oh, Kane will be back for the algo announcement. Why not break even? Yeah, I mean, I probably should. I can go to 56.
Staring intently at the Dom.
Or mid would be sick. That'd be all the way down to 950.
950?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't
that's
I
what
wouldn't mind
Fatfish
that.
said.
I wouldn't mind that at all, man.
We hit that. I'll send you a hat, Fatfish.
ES is firmly back in prior day range. They're just tickling the TP.
Where's yours at?
36.
Oh, you'll get there.
That's been my TP1, and they've just had me waiting here.
They'll flush this.
All right, I'm gonna take one at 38.
There's a lot of orders at 35.
So I'm down to 4. I still want that 36, and then I'll let it just continue. Need more likes for it to go down. Yes, please, chat.
Can we get a
Or
like
else
count?
Jim's Fixers pay us a visit.
139. All right, give us another 60 likes and we'll get down to 23K.
23K would be nice. I wouldn't mind that either.
Dan, they're not available on the website because, to be honest with you, I would feel terrible selling these for what they charge us for. So really we just do giveaways.
Nautilus, where did I see the 150 last? Oh, earlier. The first time they poked down here in the 38s before they just did all this stuff. They were hitting market. They were actually buying against the ask, buying into the ask. Oh, I just got
Here they come.
break even on the rest there. But yeah, they're buying into the ask for around 150. So that's what I was talking about. Man, I'm glad I covered one.
Right?
Almost got break even for 0.
Do you know what's funny about the
Annoying.
hat? What's funny about the hat is I went to the eye doctor this morning and he walks in, he's like, "Oh, dude, I love your hat." I'm like, "Thanks, man."
You tell him he has to like the stream for some.
I did, yeah. I said, get on NinjaTrader Live this afternoon and give us a like.
Then you might get one. All right, guys, I'm back in this short now. Same.
Yes. Dude, I was listening to that song before the stream started. Like legit.
And then volatility died.
And then we got stuck in this range. Do you know what? I want you look, I'm gonna draw some lines on the chart. Watch this.
Nautilus? No, it wasn't an indicator.
Line.
If you just look at order flow, you'll see that someone lifted the offer. It was like 85 and like 50 something, and then another 30 something, something like that.
Somebody's watching these streams, XY. Because look.
You think so?
Look
Cool.
look at my screen. Oh, I can't. Okay. Earlier.
Oh, that's a bull flag, huh?
Yeah. This is when Stowe was on his stream this morning. Then that's this afternoon. And now this afternoon, this is what we're dealing with.
So that's
So isn't it
that
weird
goes
that
up,
we
right?
get
Doesn't
on the
that mean
stream?
it goes up
It can go down too.
both
I'm
ways?
just saying both times that they are just sticking us with a 20, 30 point consolidation range.
They're just narrowing it down slowly.
It's on the chart. Look, here's Stowe's session. Here's our session. I don't see anything different.
All right, it's time. We're gathering. I think we're onto something. We should quant this out. We're gonna quant this out later. They're gonna do it right now. I'm going for the spike.
They turned
fill.
off Nick's internet.
This one doesn't.
Do you know what
work
Nick
out.
had to do?
You
Do you know what Nick had to
grown
do?
Man, cry on stream.
Nick had to go downstairs and hang out with his mother-in-law because he lost his internet.
You know, I think we can call it the white van setup once we turn it into a setup. Someone says, man, this stream is net negative for the community. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Clearly,
Lock
you're not
myself
a
into my.
baller.
So that's why he didn't have brisket on the 4th. Oh, Nick was busy on the 4th. He had his hands full.
What did he do on the 4th?
This is it. I'm going for the spite fill, Leo. We're not covering
Where are we going?
at 36 anymore. We're doing 35 and 3/4.
Oh my gosh.
That'll teach him a lesson.
Yeah, because I'm sure
Stowe's taught me a few things. There it is. Now we're moving. I'm still in 4. So let's see.
that was actually a great reentry on your part, to be
I
honest.
know. I was like, no way they're just gonna take me out and do this, right? And then yeah, it turns out.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna go down
we
to
start
3.
leaving this distribution here. We can go right back to where Stowe was. They're selling it.
All right. Let's see. Maybe we'll. You said 50 was OR mid. Huh? I'm gonna try to get to VWAP.
950? Yeah.
VWAP OR mid. Sweet. Guy better be careful here going to get owned as a troll. I mean, what's a stream without some trolls, right? There was this one guy, he never came back. This guy told me I was in a short. He's like, you gotta know when you're wrong. We're only going up. You should get out of your short. And like 50 points lower, I said, hey, thanks for liquidity. And he never came back in the chat.
Oh, poor guy.
But it wasn't even like I wasn't even trying to talk trash. We're just having fun, you know?
Fun is important.
We're having
I think
fun.
you like, if you can't have fun at what you do,
Yeah, if you take yourself seriously, you're not gonna
so
make it in this game.
serious. Yeah.
You're not gonna make it in this game.
That I think that's why people like, and I'd say this, I probably have said this before, like people with an engineering mind, like engineers, like true engineers, suck as traders. I'm sorry, that's how it is. It's just the fact. They're always back testing and not actually trading.
Not enough. Yeah.
And they're always waiting for all of the check boxes to be clicked before they enter the trade. And it's just like, that's just not how it works in real life, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you get better as soon as you understand and accept that you actually have no idea what the market's about to do right now.
Yeah.
It's just,
And that's what they want to do, is break it down to give them the thing that makes the market move so that they can then work on it from that standpoint.
yeah, it's got to be like super quantified, not arbitrary.
Right.
Hey, they kicked Destructo. He was all right. I didn't mind him.
Who?
The
What?
the guy that told you that you look like his mom was the funniest. Dude, that thing.
Wait, what happened?
Some guy. I don't know. Has he been back? It's so funny. I was just on stream with Stowe, and this guy just shows up out of nowhere, and he goes, XY looks like my mom. I think it's because I was in a row with a cup of tea. I was just sipping on the tea.
Is that when they started
That was when I was
sending
sick.
you Vietnamese?
No. That was a different guy. Oh, that was so funny. This guy kept chatting to me in Mandarin, I think it was. I told him like 6 times, like, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, that kind of stuff makes it fun. You know, you can't really be all serious all the time. Some people will say it's negative. Some people will enjoy it. You can't please everybody, you know.
Okay, I'm not trying to offend people with my comment about engineers, but it's a generalized statement. It's not an absolute. I just meant like most engineering types suck as traders.
Gary.
Engineers have fantastic senses of humor. Ever seen the Blue Origin rocket? I have. Have you ever seen the Blue Origin?
TPT or TP hit 1 out of 3. Oh, you're short now, huh?
Me? I've been short.
No, there's a guy in the chat, DZ. I think he said he was
Uh,
long earlier, but
I got you. I was an engineer and it took me a long time to get to where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, Florida Man makes a pretty good point.
A lot of engineers are in the chat. I didn't
Yeah, he
realize.
said he said
Sorry,
not
guys.
surprised that they would be offended so easily. If I was an engineer and someone said that, I'd just be like, oh no, I think I do okay. Like you don't have to be offended by it, you know?
Right. I wasn't trying to offend. I was just saying
I'm
it's
not
a
an engineer, I can barely count. Yeah,
it,
I'm not an engineer either because, well, I'm not that smart.
anyways. I stand by what I said. I mean, every person that I've interacted with in the that I've interacted with in the trading community that's very engineering mindset, they've
I
had
mean,
a hard
Alex,
time.
yeah,
They have a hard time
Alex says I'm not offended. It's a general statement.
because they have
Yeah, it is a general statement. No,
it's a
that's right.
generalized statement, but there is a legitimate, lack of or just like a hard time with creativity and outside the box thinking. I think that's where some of those folks have a hard time. Not all.
Oh, Fig, what up? Fig learned something today.
What?
Fig says
Oh,
today I'm
yeah.
an
I'm kind of shocked too. A lot of offers on this ladder at 37, 39, and 41.
Yeah, ES has made its choice to go trade back in prior day range, but NQ needs to accept that as the truth.
Except it is your fate, whether you decide it now or later. That's like talking to my 6-year-old. Well, he's not 6 yet.
It's like I don't want to go to bed yet. Oh, you're going to bed.
Yeah, you're going to bed, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you. The bed is where you're going. They're gonna clip that, man.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
It's only what, 10 points lower. Not asking for the world.
Break 30s.
New Leo
Yeah,
soundbite.
you want to.
Oh, that would have been a good soundbite if I didn't. I don't know if I was talking. I hope I wasn't.
They could probably clip you out now with AI.
Though they have that
They're
kind of
gonna
tech
clip
now.
that, man.
Yeah, they got that one.
Which one? I didn't hear it.
Well,
They're
I
gonna
keep
clip
telling
that,
Nick.
man.
I keep telling Nick they're gonna clip stuff he says, and then he just goes quiet for like a minute. Oh, the algo soon? Ah, my trade just started cooking. Well, I got 2 off. I'm holding on to these 3. By algo time, hopefully I'm down to 1. Yeah, we need Stowe. We need to pay Stowe to say a new low would be encouraging, although he'll never actually use it.
Let's see if I can do a Stowe impression. A new low would be encouraging.
Yeah, that's a clip. Yeah, that's a clip.
You
What is my
guys can.
patented MOC trade? I don't think
It's
anyone
patented?
can possibly have a patented MOC trade. That's just the same thing I would do at a baccarat table.
Which is what? Pray?
You have to giggle afterward. Does he
Like a
giggle? Does
little
Stowe
kid?
giggle after he says that? I don't think so.
That's the only
Imita-
imitation? Are you kidding me, bro?
Have you seen his cane? It's not
Oh,
even British, actually. It's Australian.
may not come back. I may not survive this.
Where's Friday high? 21.
21.
All right, let's see if we can get a cover at prior day high.
All right, go for
21
it.
half. Not asking for that much, Mr. Market, please. Yeah, Stowe's always laughing, man. That's why he's a good time. That's why he's a good trader. He doesn't take himself too seriously.
I get
It's got to be an
regrets.
understanding. We don't, yeah, he has many regrets.
That's a good one.
Your impressions are delightfully unhinged.
I don't know who said that's not a knife. This is a knife. I don't know.
Stowe,
He said that?
I want to say it, but I don't want to get clipped. It's in an Australian accent. I don't want to get clipped though.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing
I'm afraid to
it.
say anything now.
Yeah, Stowe's done it a few times. Every time we bring up the accent. Yeah, it's from Crocodile Dundee. It's a classic.
Oh, a knife.
He says it. He says it. It's a good one. It's a
He
good one. Stowe,
does.
Stowe will do it.
Did they get it?
He
Did
said it. He said
clip
it
of
like three
so
times. I
doing
don't know
it?
if they clip it though, but he said it.
Oh, if they missed that one, career ended
Career ended.
for the production crew.
Oh no.
Yeah. The sad trombone too. Just there you go.
All right, NQ. It's time for NQ's prior day high test.
I'm feeling it.
Should I cover two here or just one?
How many do you have?
Right. I got three. I
Oh,
covered two
just
at
cover two and leave
the
one.
spite fill. Yeah, I'll just cover two here at the prior day high. I'm getting close to algo time. Otherwise, I would just hold that. I do think we can get a 23K test, but we're
Spike
running out of
hold.
time.
Yeah, it's funny. We both we got on the back. What is it? What are we calling this? The back office, whatever.
The green
In
room?
the green room, and XY said first thing he said is, "You looking for this thing to dump?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Dude, I've been in this short. Okay, when was that? That was
That was 1 o'clock, dude.
10:55 my time. Yeah, it's been forever. I've just been offering this and geez. Yeah, the first thing is like, hey, you think this thing could dump?
Hmm.
I was already short. Get some cover here. Chat, are we at 200 yet?
We'll have to check. Somebody 170. If
You
we get to
guys ain't
prior day
going
high,
nowhere.
oh,
Oh man, I have
do you hear
nightmares.
that?
I have nightmares. I hear it in my nightmares. Oh, one tick, two ticks.
All right, I'm out.
They won't front.
Yeah, they
It's
they
possible they
convinced me.
front ran me. It's possible.
No, not enough likes for me to hold this trade anymore, and we hit prior day high, so I'm out. For that
Very
reason,
nice.
I'm out.
It was close. Wait, we didn't hit it yet, right? We got like
No,
two
no, I
ticks.
mean close enough for me.
Yeah, honestly, I hate
I'm
that
not
I
a
didn't get
D. I'm
filled
not a
there.
D for a T. You know,
I, I hate that I didn't get filled there.
I'm sure you do.
They'll get it. ES is still working down. Yeah, we just needed ES to get back into prior day range, and it all began. We've got 6 minutes. If XYZ doesn't get filled at prior day high, he's an engineer. Yeah. Yeah. But don't say it again. Engineers are sensitive, apparently. What vol chart? 500. I've been experimenting with the 500 Hekinashi, so
500.
Yeah. Don't you
You
use
know what? You want to hear
500?
something funny? So like the worse the vol has gotten, like intraday volatility,
Mm,
I've actually gone up in time frames.
just to eliminate the riffraff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's helped me to stay more focused on, the structure and not get too antsy.
Yeah. On
The
every like
lower
wiggle.
the lower time frames when things are moving is where I prefer to stay though, because I guess, that the
That's why I
shorter
went
time
to
frame
the
shifts
one
are
minute.
more reliable.
I used to be on volume 2, but I just went to 1 minute because I was like, you know what? I want to just get a really good view on what's really going on and not the wiggles. But now
Right.
that the market's just like dead, I'm uh I'm going back to 500 volume. It seems pretty good. I mean, it worked well today, and the short's working. I can't complain. Um, yeah, we're down to 1 now, guys. There's probably a high, and then we'll see. We'll see if they can go down to view. I'll start trailing this thing. Make sure I lock in some money. I'm going to guess where I'm going, Leo, on in 2 days. I got another inside scoop on a friends and family Viore super sale where I got like my joggers and stuff for like $30. So I'm gonna go full port the Viore warehouse
Right on.
on
Where?
Wednesday. And I need money for it, so I'm gonna start
Like
trailing this
a
from there.
outlet warehouse place?
The what?
Like an
No,
outlet
it's like their
place?
actual warehouse where they store to like distribute. But it's once in a while they'll do like friends and family stuff, where someone that works at Viore can kind of like tell, friends and family, and you have to actually secure like tickets. So luckily, my friend, the same one that got me in the first time, was able to give us some, and then I'm gonna go buy some more, and this runner is gonna pay for it. Spanx. Neo says, I'm an engineer and I often suck at trading. Well, I'm not an engineer and I often suck at trading as well. If I see Dominique, tell her I'm sorry I didn't call. Fatfish, you know someone that works at Viore? Yeah, Dan, that's exactly what it is. Engineers suck, and
I still think like
non-engineers suck too.
I still think there's still opportunity for somebody that actually makes better clothes even than Viore.
There's an
I don't know.
opportunity always, but until then, and when you're getting it at like a deep discount,
Well, that makes more sense because I
yeah.
mean they're pretty proud of their pricing. Um,
Thanks, Cosmos. Yeah, there was a guy in here that didn't like my trade much earlier, but I don't know where he went. But I hope he's seeing it.
I'll
Lulu?
tell you what, every time that I get in a trade and they start yelling at me about why are you doing that, bro? Like, why are you fading the
That's what they sound
trend?
like?
Yeah, that's what they sound like. They type it, right? But I can just hear them, they're like, screaming. They're like, why are you doing that? You're gonna lose all your money.
And that's when you know you've
And
got an A plus
that's
plus.
when I know I put
That's when you've got to add
it's
like, all right, I'm
locked
I'm
in.
adding to this.
It's locked in.
That's the real order flow indicator right there. Real
Mm.
time. Um Now Lulu, so yeah, I had Lulu in the beginning. It was nice until like other brands started coming out, right? So I've had Lulu and then I went to Aloe. Aloe's really nice. Aloe's expensive. I think they're more pricey than Viore actually. But ultimately I think Viore for me is better than Aloe. So I went from Aloe to Viore. Both of which way more superior than Lulu, easily.
Mm. I think one impersonation that doesn't we haven't really gone through is Chad, the TikTok Chad, like the California Chad guy.
No, there's an
Like we should be
actual
so appreciative for
Oh, dude, I see that.
yeah.
That's what it is.
I'm so
Yeah.
appreciative for this low volatility right now because, to be honest, it takes low volatility to bring in higher volatility, right? So we should just like throw out an appreciation for volatility.
Wait, that's what he's like his
Attention
character is called,
traders,
the Chad.
it's algo time.
His name is Chad. Here we go.
Oh, I've seen him on Instagram. Look, you know, real adults, guys, we see it 3 weeks after it's viral when it goes on Instagram. All right. So I by the time I've seen him, he's just I didn't even know what he was called. I just see it and yeah, it's the guy that just goes preach. How did you learn trading?
That was
Ironically,
the 50 algo and nothing happened.
well, they took out my runner that I trailed. That's actually all they did was take out my trailed runner. That's literally the only thing they did. These
They're watching these
bastards.
streams, I'm telling you.
These bastards. They did nothing more than that. We got yeah. Neo, ironically, that's kind of a hard question. How did I even learn to trade? I mean, it's always like what, like YouTube University, right? You go to YouTube University, you see a few things. Eventually you find out 95% of it's all fake anyway. And then you find actual traders that yeah, you can start to learn from. Luckily, the OFL guys were giving a lot of stuff for free long before OFL was made. So that's how I got into OrderFlow. But everything else is just YouTube University, man. It's all on there. You've got like Axia
So
for
it was me
OrderFlow.
that sucked you into OrderFlow.
Yeah, I think I'm a day one for sure, but I don't know if it's literally day one. It might be, but I'm not too
You
sure.
saw my Dom videos and you're like, oh, this
I was
is
like, dude, what am I gonna do? Build it? I'm just gonna buy
right.
it.
I dig
Yeah.
it. You sound delusional. Yeah,
Who sounds
Jesse, have you
delusional?
ever
DreamNet?
heard of a joke? Or is that like new?
What Viore DreamNet? That sounds expensive. Is that like some premium Viore line or something?
DreamNet?
DreamNet. That sounds really pricey. I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna go look it up later to see if I can find it at the warehouse though. What I do is I go in and I scan for only black clothing. If it has color on it, I don't want it. And
Are
I
you
see what I get.
just a black clothing person like me?
Yeah, just usually I'm wearing black. That's why sometimes you go out and your buddy's like, "Oh, we're matching," or someone's like, "We're matching." I'm like, "Dude, if you're wearing black, there's a 95% chance you're matching with me."
Right.
That's how it is. Premium fabric. A budget. Yeah, I mean Lulu, I think the quality got worse though. That's the thing. I think their quality did get worse. So
I see a
market's doing
red
so much
door and I
nothing.
want to
We've
pay
talked about
black.
so many random things today. I think I just introduced Leo to the basics of Baccarat.
I'm literally going to the kiss. I'm gonna go.
Stowe, get your bags.
Yeah, the largest casino by square foot is here in Oklahoma.
Is there?
Yeah. It
I did not expect that.
literally like so Texas Oklahoma border on I-35, it's like exit 1 or whatever. It literally spans from like the exit 1 marker sign all the way to the border of Texas. Windstar. Yes, exactly.
Windstar?
Yes. And that poker room is flush of free money. I'll say that for sure. If you're any good at poker and you go play at Windstar, it's just free money. It's for free. You just have to capture
Is
it.
it easier than making money on the charts?
I would
Because
say it's more fun, more entertaining.
mm,
Because you can play mind games with people when you play poker, right? Like chess. I think of it
yeah, that's
more
more
of
interactive.
like it's more like a chess game than it is an actual game
You can actually
chance.
extract information rather than wait for the market to decide to give it
Yes.
to you, right? Yeah.
and this interaction too, and you can mess with people's brains and then deal with their you watch them have to deal with their emotions. I can't see other people that are fading my trade and what they have to do afterwards.
Yeah, actually, wait, how does that work for the casino and the dealers, right? Because
They take
since
a
poker's a
part of
PvP
the
game,
yeah,
how do you get
they have a
money?
rake. They get a rake.
Mm,
So that every, however many dollars go into the pot, they get a percentage of every pot.
it's like a flat percentage of the
Yeah, it's a
entire pot.
flat. Yeah, right.
Oh.
I mean, they have rules or what, I don't even know, but yeah, there's definitely a rake for every
Uh,
hand.
yeah, I'm just right outside. I'm at the Bach table or the craps table.
You only have there's no fee per hand unless you're on the big or the small blind. So if you're at a full table, you only have to pay the blinds once out of every 8 hands or 7 hands or whatever.
Well, I mean the blinds aren't really a fee. It's for the pot, right? That you can get
Yeah, I
back.
mean, yeah,
It's just to make a
right.
pot.
Yeah, it's not like an ante. Like some places have an ante, like, and the blackjack tables here, you have an ante that
Mm.
you can't play unless you put up an ante, and that ante is gone.
I thought antes are
That's
always like that's a there's it's always going to be an ante. I thought that's poker. There's always an ante.
no. I mean, sometimes there is in bigger games or like late stage tournaments, you'll have antes, but those still go to the pot.
Hmm. Hey, Rack City, yeah, we'll do. They're gonna ban me from this show. Rack City, if you don't see me anymore, you know why.
Josh, there's never been an ante to play poker, not tape, but then I'm talking about poker versus player versus player, not like a table game poker
Yeah, this isn't
where
an
you just play
ultimate
against.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, ultimate Texas Hold'em poker. That's a different story. Don't play that game. That's worth not even worth your time.
So, hey guys.
Oh,
Did we
hey,
make it, Jim?
Jim.
Are we free?
No, I'm
Oh,
looking
how
at
many, do we have enough?
I don't think we do. Well, hang on. I didn't hit the play button. Maybe we do. Hang on.
193. 7 likes, chat. 7 likes.
Yeah. You ain't going nowhere.
Six
This is
more
the live
likes.
version. That was the live in studio
Oh,
version, guys.
you see what we have to do.
If I have to actually have to say it live, that's really bad.
Oh, 212. We got it.
212.
All right. All
We
right.
got it.
Oh, we got a little breakout. We got a little breakout. A little sweep.
Last minute.
Uh, listen, listen, the NinjaTrader live community comes through all the time. They came through again today. Thank you,
They
everybody.
do. Thank you.
Wow. Well, this is you guys. Thanks for doing this. I mean, this has been a great first day, like full schedule back after some folks. I won't point out who took a little summer vacation. So we had a good day today.
Name names, Jim. We're not in the business of being vague.
Say it then.
I know. I'll be honest with you, though. The whole production team, the whole, of course, Deli and Shy, they deserve it. They work hard, so I'm glad that they got a little bit of time off. And I do want a special shout out to Kevin. Kevin's going. I shouldn't actually. It's too late, Kevin. Sorry if you want to keep this private. Uh, having a little procedure next week to get his leg back in shape, and so we're wishing him the best on Thursday.
Yeah, best Kevin. Hope everything turns out well.
Yeah, our prayers are with him. It should be good. And again,
You said it was
apologize if I
Thursday, or we'll
violated
find out
any privacy
Thursday.
laws there.
It's on Thursday?
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh boy. Any event, yeah, no, it's been a good start of the new. We got a lot of work to do this summer. I don't think that there's going to be any slowing down on the FOMC war, on the tariff front, on the Ukraine front. I think this is going to be an unusual summer where there's going to be opportunities galore.
But Jim, none of that has proven to make anyone care about moving the market. I don't
Well,
disagree with you, right?
well,
But
but you're just you're looking through the lens of a stock index future, not silver, platinum,
see,
crude.
there you go. I've got to broaden my horizons.
Yeah, Dr. Copper. There's some wonderful markets there that are reacting to this stuff. And Treasury bonds. I mean, holy cats, Treasury bonds are on the move. So we'll keep talking about them. We'll keep beating on everybody to take a peek at these because they are really good markets and they're not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking copper was going to be going to zero soon, but you're saying it's going to stick around, huh?
It's going to stick around. Full disclosure, I'm long some ETF somewhere in copper. I don't even remember what the ticker symbol is.
He's just talking his book this whole time.
Guys, look, you guys need to buy copper immediately. It's definitely not going to zero.
Man, pretty soon, XYZ is going to have copper chains with this gold cross. What you got something? What is on your? We can't see what's on your chain. What's at the end of your chain right there?
Oh, right here. It's
Oh,
a
there you go.
crucifix and a
There you
pendant.
go.
Pennant. It's me being Catholic.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm rocking Saint Christopher.
Mm.
That's my
You're not
patron.
rocking copper? Mm.
No, I don't have a copper chain. I suppose you can get one.
XY, are you familiar with the term CEO Catholic?
What is it? See what?
CEO Catholic?
No, what is that?
Christmas and Easter only?
Actually, guys, I go to church every Sunday. If it's not
Nice.
Sunday, it's Saturday. So
There you go.
Good for you. I
makes you
love
better
it.
at trading, I think.
It does. It's very calming. You make a lot of friends.
CEO Catholic though, that's a funny one. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, you can steal that. You're welcome.
Only on days of obligation. I get it.
Any event, thanks again, guys. Appreciate you as usual. Looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to start off strong, bright and early, 8 a.m. again with me, Shai, and Deli, special guests, regular contributors. We're back in the flow. Appreciate everybody being here with us. Great stream today. Appreciate the community. You guys are way more important than us. So thank you for being here with us. Appreciate the thumbs up as well and the support. Having said all that, everybody, remember, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. We will see you soon.
Thanks,
See you,
Jim.
chat.
Bye.